Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you all how to make mince kebab with chutney. I have 500 gram of mince that I rinsed out and drained out thoroughly. For that mince, I've got a medium size of onions finely chopped. I've got a little bit of spring onions, and then I have fresh dhania and some mint with 1 green chilies cut finely, but depend on your taste whether you like a chilies or not. Okay, then I have a teaspoon of ginger garlic, a teaspoon of fine salt, a tablespoon of Mrs. Ball's chutney, and this egg is for the binding purpose. And thereafter I have a teaspoon of barbecue spice, a teaspoon of chopped spice, and half a teaspoon of dry mixed herbs, a small half a teaspoon of paprika, which will give us a color and bring out a good taste. And then I'm going to squeeze in 2 squeezes of black pepper. Firstly, I'm going to mix my kebabs. I'm going to put in all my ingredients. That's the onions, the spring onions, and this have the dhania with the chilies and mint, my ginger garlic, Mrs. Balls, the salt, the chopped spice, the barbecue spice, paprika, the dry herbs, and 2 squeezes of black pepper, and thereafter I'm going to put in my egg, be very careful by using egg. Always crack it into a separate bowl and then add it on to your mixture. The egg actually is the binding of the kebab. And then now we will mix. Okay, you can also use soaked bread in water and squeezed out. It can bind, and mashed potatoes, which can also bind in your kebab. So I'm going to mix this properly, and then I will start to make the little balls for the kebab. Okay, you can see I mixed it in thoroughly. Today I am going to prepare my kebabs for lunch. So I already got an oven tray with a splash of olive oil. I'm going to spread it in thoroughly, and I'm going to put it in the oven to bake. That's the reason why I also got my oven also prepared to 150. If you are not going to use your purpose kebab to cook straight away, you can also make it in advance and freeze them. They freeze very well. So this is how I start off. I had to dip my hands in water You can take your size, how you like your kebab, how round, how big, and just roll it. Today for lunch I'm going to make about 8, because the reason being we just 3 in our family. You can make as much as your family require. There's my 8 kebab that's going to go straight away in the oven. But you can also have grated cheese in between. When you're forming the little ball, you can actually put in your cheese here and place your other, and then form it into a nice ball, and you can have cheese with your minced kebab. The same recipe can be used to make lovely spicy lamb burgers. Now I'm putting this into the oven. While it's cooking for half an hour, we'll turn it, and then another half an hour, and then we'll prepare our chutney in the meantime. Now I've got all my ingredients prepared for my chutney. I've grated in 2 large tomatoes, half a cup of puree, a medium size of onions that goes with a tablespoon of mixed masala, teaspoon of haldi, 2 green chilies, but you can add chilies to your taste, and you can also add more tomatoes if you like more tomatoes in your chutney. Then a teaspoon of ginger garlic, and half a teaspoon of mustard seed, and a teaspoon of salt, but you can add per your taste, and this teaspoon of sugar, 1/3 of a cup of oil, and just 2 squeezes of lemon juice. Okay, my saucepan is hot. I'm adding in my oil. Firstly, I'll add in my onions to fry. And allow it to fry till it brown a little. Now while the onions is browning, I will hand in my mustard seeds and my green chilies to fry in. I'm adding in my ginger garlic. Why we add in ginger garlic to our chutney? Because we are going to put it into the kebabs. And then goes in my masala with my curry leaf in, and my haldi, and I let it stir out. And gradually I'm going to pour in my grated tomatoes. I'll allow this to cook for 10 minutes and we'll check it. after 10 minutes. Okay, I did check my kebabs in the oven. Now I'm checking in my chutney. The tomatoes are almost done. Thereafter I'll add in my salt and my little bit of sugar. You can add salt to your taste and add in more tomatoes if you like it. Lots of chutney. And then goes in my half a cup of puree. I squeeze a few lemon drops. Then I'll stir it out again for these final ingredients to cook up. Okay, my chutney is almost done, like halfway done. So I'm going to actually switch the stove off, because the reason being the kebabs still have to simmer in your chutney. And my kebabs are still baking in the oven. Here's my kebab, very well done after an hour. And in fact, we looked on and turned it twice. So now that is done. And then I'm going to place it in my chutney that's almost getting done, because my kebab had to simmer for another 20 minutes in the chutney. You can also make these kebabs in deep fried oil, but that goes to show you're going to waste a lot of oil. The oven, I mean, if you prefer wasting oil, otherwise you can just use your oven. And in fact, the 500 gram of mince did make these small sizes of kebab. It came to about a 15, and I freeze the other half for another day. And I'm going to drop in all these flavors into the chutney. And when it's done, I will garnish it with some dhania and spring onions. Okay, 15 minutes has passed us, and there you are. It's looking all done and beautiful. Now I'm going to garnish it with some dhania and spring onions, and then we'll do some serving. Here you go, your lovely mince kebab chutney served with some lovely salad and hot rotis, but it can also be served with spaghetti and different types of salad. Thank you all for watching and enjoy.